Okay, welcome to another episode of Most Man. How you doing out there? Mark Mahoney here. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment. These comments, boys and girls. iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia, Rumble. We are on Rumble now as well. TheMostMen.com is the website. info@themostmen.com is the email if you want to reach out to us. We also have jointhemensclub.com, which rolls into our website as well, themostmen.com. So, all right, been a wild, crazy day today so far. Some crazy shit going on in the world, Tyler.
Yep.
Some crazy shit.
Yeah. Want to talk about it?
Yeah. So this works perfect. This works perfect for what the other topic that I brought up today, or was going to bring up today, is where the hell did my notepad go? Huh. Hold on. Do with Mark. There it is. My notes. So the topic of the day today is so Most Man. This show is about building better men, building a community of people, like-minded people. You're going to get your man kit, you're going to get your man card, get your balls back, 12-step recovery on how to maintain, retain, get all your cool swag in the man kit, which is that close to being done, and we got some really cool shit coming in at this time. But once you get your man kit, your man card, you join the men's club. You're in the men's club now. So, but the whole purpose of the whole rebrand and everything that we're doing is we got rid of the balls, obviously. Not all the way, but we just have people that I've been reaching out to and companies via lawyers, counselors, psychologists, life coaches, business people, from here to everywhere. Just some of the brands out there that we're wanting to talk to and commingle, promotions. They just couldn't associate with our old logo. So that's the whole purpose of the rebrand. Why the man kit's taking a little bit longer. We wanted to do the whole rebrand. Speaking of, look what Tyler's done for us. But that's the whole, that is a point of this. That's why we're going to get right back. We're getting back on track of staying on focus of what Most Man's about. About building better men. You don't want to be a Most Man. You want to get your man card back, and you want to be a man. And there's all sorts of things. Rule number 1, Most Man. When you put your foot down, it hits the ground. That means you stand for something. You act like a man. You want to be treated like a man? You got to act like a man. Respect's a two-way street. So, that's the topic of today is Most Man moment right here. We have got to wake the fuck up, and we have to stay awake, because masculinity is under attack. Everything about men right now is under attack, but it's more than that. There's so many things going on in our country. Again, we're going to try to start extracting politics out of this because it's not a political show. We don't want it to become a political show, but there's a lot of shit that's going on within our government and our world that's distracting everybody. That has to be talked about. That can't be ignored. But we are starting another show, or I'm starting another show. It's a daily show. Most Man will become a daily show here pretty soon. So that's not meant to be political, even though some of the stuff we talk about is political and what they're doing to us as not just our society, but what they're doing to men, what they're doing to anybody that's a free thinker is it's sick. It's disgusting. It's just sick. These fucking people are sick, and they're power hungry, and it's disgusting what they're doing. So that is the point of today's show: is we have got to wake the fuck up. And when I'm awake, but I'm just saying we've got to wake up, and we got to stay awake, because if we let this slide one more time, we're losing this deal. Right now they're winning, and they're winning by cheating. And we can't, and it's because we rolled over last time. That's what is just like. That's what I'm saying. It's not a left or right thing, but the right, they're the biggest group of pansy asses I've ever met. They didn't do anything about it. They rolled over. We ain't rolling over again. Well, I'm not. There's a whole swath of people out there that are not. It has nothing to do with right or left. It has to do with right or wrong. What's happening right now is fucking wrong. It's sick, and it's sick on so many levels that it's disgusting. So that is the topic of today: is we need to wake the fuck up, and we need to stay awake, and we have to stay engaged. We have to stay engaged, because that's what they're counting on, is for us to forget this. Good.
Yep. So I think one of the reasons it's kind of important to bring up the political aspect of it right now is because the difference between the left and the right now is it's kind of like the feminine masculine thing, right? So the more masculine train of thought is usually on the right. That's been beaten down and just manipulated to hell, and the left has been the more feminine one. And to make that to where it's not like a sexist thing, just think about feminism. Is it on the left or is it on the right? It's on the left. And how many women are not feminists? Hardly any. So it is a feminine hive mind frame train of thought, right?
Well, and all the beta males are over there too.
Right. Yeah, the ones who have joined their side, because they think that you're putting them up on a pedestal, but they don't understand that the feminism thing is a communist part, and it's like at war.
And they're using them. They're using beta men that, just because they're not masculine men, you could be out of shape and still be masculine in the way you think. You know what I mean? It's the people that are easily manipulated is who's over there, because they're the easiest ones to. That's Michael Francesi, that old gangster.
Mm-hmm.
That he did the fuel scam, made a lot of money.
Yep.
He said that Rush Limbaugh changed his life. Rush Limbaugh changed my life. R.I.P. Rush Limbaugh. Shout out Rush. Rush Limbaugh is the one that woke me the fuck up. Okay, and I was awake since that day on. And when Francesi was in prison for what he did, he started listening to Rush Limbaugh, and it changed his whole life. He's like, man, I've been a Democrat my whole life. But that's not the values that because he's in the mob. He's not practicing his values. He's doing whatever they got to do to shake a leg, so shake somebody down or whatever. But his point was that's when he switched sides. He's like, I'm not a liberal. He said the only reason why the mob was liberal is because they were the easiest to corrupt. That's what he said. That's why we stuck to the Democratic side, is because the Democrats were weaker and easier to corrupt to get their shit done.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so shout out Michael Francesi. He has a podcast on the whole thing. He's got his own podcast. I don't know if you ran across any of his stuff.
Mm-mm.
He talks about some really interesting stuff.
Yeah, I would want to hear somebody like that, what they had to say, for sure.
That's what he said. He said the reason why they cozied up with the Democrats is because they were easier to corrupt.
Mm.
Yeah. Makes plenty of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. I had a buddy who used to swear by this book. I never read it, but it was called Mob Rules, and it was about basically the mob moving up out of like the public sector, private public, into the government, and how they just like took it over, but nobody knows. I never read it, but apparently there's really some legitimacy to it. and who runs the government right now.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of solidifies what you're saying.
Well, the whole thing about waking up and staying awake is the skirt's been lifted. We talked about it on another podcast. The skirt's been lifted. Okay? And that's why they hate Trump. Trump played both sides his whole career. And he bought and sold a lot of them too. I mean, that's how you get big business done in New York and all that. I mean, could you imagine doing business in New York, a liberal state, trying to do something that's by a river? And he developed that whole section of New York anyway. So, I mean, he had to know how to work through all that. And, you know, the mob had the concrete company or the concrete business locked down back then, the ready mix business. That's why they used to say that the mob runs the concrete world. But no, they ran the concrete world in New York because every one of those buildings downtown are 75% concrete.
Interesting.
Yeah. And there's only about a 17 to 22% markup in it anyway, but they had their fingers in it. And that was the most expensive concrete nationwide was in New York. Yeah.
Had to wash a lot of money.
Yeah, yes. But but what the whole thing is why they hate Trump is because he fucked their party up, man. Because they're both on the gravy train. Both sides are on the gravy train.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's no wars going on, if there's no, they don't have any, you know, all because they're all bought and paid for. But the reason why I'm saying wake up, stay awake, keep awake, pay attention, because if we don't hold our ground this time, we're going to lose this thing.
Yep.
We're going to lose it.
And how bad are we going to lose?
Bad.
Worse than you think.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I brought this up. Me and Tyler already talked about it a little bit off air. But the news today, he came in and said, "Man, have you heard there's some crazy shit going on right now?" And I said, "Yeah, I have heard about it, and we're going to talk about it today." And it's crazy what is happening. We already know they've weaponized the DOJ. That's why they're going after Trump so hard, is because he went at them at first and was like, "We're going to fix all this corruption." And they're like, "Oh, yeah? You want to fuck our gravy train up? Let's show you how we can fuck your train up." You know. So, but what's even sicker, okay, so there's this guy that I was listening to on the way in. I want to say his name because I want to tag him. Last name's Seraphin. Where's my notes? Oh, there they are. Kyle Seraphin. He's on Rumble. Kyle Seraphin. He's the whistleblower or he's one of the big whistleblowers that came out from the FBI. But he's got his own podcast. Super smart guy. And he's blowing the whistle on all sorts of shit that's going on in the FBI. And they flat out came out today. The director of the FBI. Or I don't know what his exact title is. Don't want to get attacked for that. But basically came out, it's a supposed leaked document. Supposedly just leaked by him.
Well, that's a felony, isn't it?
Huh?
That's a felony, isn't it?
Should be if you're a member of the FBI just accidentally leaking shit.
Yeah, that's a felony.
I don't know. I would think that there's probably some repercussions for it. Look what they're doing to Donald Trump over fucking documents that mean nothing. Yeah. But no, basically, did you hear what the letter said?
Yep.
Basically, it's not an accident. That's what Seraphin and Bongino were talking about today on his show. This ain't no accident, man. It isn't a warning. It sounds like a warning. It's not a warning. It's a fucking threat. It is it's flat out a threat saying basically, if you are not just MAGA, but it opens the door to the MAGA tag, 50% of Trump supporters. If you support MAGA or if you support Trump, you're already on a list. And they're coming after you.
A domestic terrorist
list. Domestic terrorist list, yes. And they're saying that basically, if shit gets out of line, and if your opinions or anything are construed as threatening, they're coming after you. They're trying to scare people not to vote. I mean, think about all of a sudden. But what it's saying in the other part of the letter was basically like this, voter intimidation, blah, 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 typically leans to go towards MAGA. Basically saying that Black Lives Matter and all these other people, fuck it, light your cities on fire and start, destroying shit. Y'all are going to be fine. It's these MAGA fuckers over here we're going after. They're the ones that are more, what's the word?
Extremists.
Extremists, yeah. We're all of a sudden extremists.
Because we'll stop them from burning the country down.
Right, but it's not it's a threat saying if you do, you're on the list and we're coming after you. Like we're coming, like it's an open invitation. The way that it was read is liberals, all you black lives, y'all are all fine. We're worried about MAGA over here. But it's so open that it allows the FBI to do whatever the fuck they want to do without any there's no recourse. They can just say, okay, we deem that to be this, and all of a sudden, boom. You're in prison for 15 years for speaking your mind. That's fucking insane.
Welcome to communist America. Imprison a president.
That's another thing. What I was going to say is, everybody's worried about the police state. It's already here. We're here. We're in it. It's been here. Look what they're doing with all these other. They're called. It's called. Have you heard about these streamers and these other influencers that have got a voice? They call it swatting. They send the FBI in while they're online and swat them.
Yeah, they did that to the cat turd guy, the guy on Twitter, cat turd.
I don't know who he is. What is he about?
No, he's got a profile picture of a cat with glasses on. His name is Cat Turd. So he's just on the right, always calling out the bullshit on the left or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the little commie people on the left, they doxed him, found his address, his phone number, and all that, and then they called the police, acting as him, saying he's got a gun and he's gonna kill himself and stuff. So they had the SWAT team come in there and raid him. Like that just happened a week ago, I think.
So is it other crazy people doing that to get them to swat them, or are they swatting them just because they don't agree with what they're saying?
No, it's usually some hacker, some leftist communist hacker here in America doing it. Like these people on the left, they'll dox you. They'll put your your address out there for everybody to see. They'll hack your information, find you, get into your computer, find everything about you, and then that's been the common thing. Tim Pool, that's been happening to him, I think, a couple times. I think it was Tim Pool. I could be wrong. I think Tim Pool was swatted 4 or 5 times. It's the same thing. Some leftist communist person, they'll hack their information. They'll get their phone number. They'll call the police and tell them that we're in the studio or we've got guns. We're gonna hold somebody. Whatever they say, they're acting as that person.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, but still, it's not good.
What year?
So this Seraphin guy was the whistleblower for one of the big whistleblowers for the FBI. He said before that's why he blew the horn when he did. He's like. Yes, we're in the police state now. It's just the early phases of it. Like this is why I left the FBI, and that's why there's a lot of people leaving the FBI because morale's so down that we're there. We're there. And if I mean, this is topics for the other show. I'm starting another show. It's called the Naked Truth Show, and that's going to be center, left, and right. I'm going after both of them because they're both a bunch of fucking. I'm going after both sides because they both get it. They need it. Both of them need it. We've got to get these people out of there, man. I mean, we've got to.
No, yeah, by any means necessary.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why we're extremists now, because we'll stop them. They'll actually have repercussions.
But
for
both sides, the Republicans
yes.
are the biggest group of pussies I've ever met in my life.
It's because they're trying to be like the biggest Christians that they can and act exactly like Jesus would or something.
Well, they're bought off too. They're bought off too. They're just hiding it better.
Yeah,
that's what it is, and that's why the Republicans won't support Trump, is because they know that their gravy train's going to be shut down.
Yeah,
they don't want their gravy train shut down.
Yeah, they're blackmailed into oblivion, and if any of their stuff comes out, they'll be ruined.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Epstein, hello. Obama's chef, hello. All the people around the Clintons, hello. I want to go do that one day. They'll go down the list of people that PBD did it on his podcast when he had Anthony Weiner on. Anthony Weiner about freaked out.
Dude,
he couldn't answer. Did you watch that?
Oh, yeah. I saw that clip specifically.
Yeah, he backed him in a corner, and there was no getting out of that one, dude. I mean, he was guilty as charged.
That was one of the wildest things I've seen on the podcast.
It was excellent because, dude, PBD is methodical, dude. He doesn't come to the table without not just receipts. He comes with data, graphs, proof. Because he's an old insurance guy. He's president of a big corporation. So he knows how to document and you know what I mean. Like he was in all his little. He's got the metrics on everything. Any topic that he's talking about, he comes in with facts, graphs, studies. Just backed up by. That is one guy that you don't want to debate him, dude. You better come loaded for bear, and you better have some shit ready, or he will tear you up. I love that guy. He will tear you up. I mean, and he'll tear you up politely, professionally. I mean, it's a professional. Politely.
I like where his mind frame is.
Dude, he's awesome.
He's solid.
Do you know he was a he came from Iran, and he wasn't held hostage, but he had to live in a refugee camp. His family, they lived in a refugee camp for 2 years. In where was it? Somewhere in Europe, Germany, something like that. So he has lived out the full American dream. You know what I mean? He came over here as a refugee.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. During the Iraq and Iran war, they escaped Iran. Yeah, they were refugees in Europe before they got here. He's got a fucking badass story, dude. He started with nothing. Well, he went to the military. He's a military guy. Got out, got in the insurance business, and dude, he's a minority owner in the New York Yankees, dude. This dude's made it. I don't know how many hundreds of millions he made when he merged or sold his insurance company, but this dude has got major fuck you money, and he came here with nothing. So it's most men out there. It is still alive. This is an Iranian that came from Iran. I mean, y'all come from here. There's so many opportunities here. You just got to get off your ass and go do it. Work hard, work hard, work hard. There's nothing wrong with hard work. Most man moment. Okay? So, but, yeah, this is scary, man. That's why we have to wake up, and we got to stay awake and keep your friends awake. Keep your family awake.
And hold on to your train of thought as hard as possible. Because that's why this political thing is important, and I think, personally, in this podcast.
Yeah.
Because the masculine mind frame, that train of thought, has been broken off. Like, the feminists and the left have broken off the alpha mind, the alpha.
They've made us toxic.
Yeah.
We're toxic. If we just stand for what we believe, we're toxic. That's crazy.
Yeah. How many times have you been told to get in touch with your feminine side?
Not many. And if somebody told me that, I'd tell them to fuck off.
I've been hearing that since I was born. And what does your feminine side mean? What does that mean? My feminine side, I'm a dude. Like, I'm a guy. I'm a man. I'm a male. I'm a boy. Whatever. I never understood it.
No, we never heard that. So I'm saying my generation, I think I'm 45. My generation was the last one. I'm not saying that you're not a moral man. You are a moral man. I'm not saying that you're not, but that's when morality and values and all that shit, that it got shot off the wheels.
Mm.
That we were the last ones that had it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, because we didn't grow up with the internet. We didn't grow up with cell phones and all that shit. That stuff happened after we were adults. We were young adults. That's when all that stuff. I didn't get my first cell phone until I was 22, 21, 22, 23.
Okay.
No, probably. No. 23, 22, 23. Yeah. Almost 24. Yeah. At a Primeco. Do you ever remember Primeco?
I know that name.
Yeah. That's what now is called where you get what are those throwaway burner phones?
Oh. Okay.
Primeco's where you went to when you didn't have any credit.
That was on some rap song. Something with the Primeco phone.
Yeah. Yeah, Primeco that's where you went if you didn't have good credit. AT&T wouldn't fuck with you.
Oh, singular back then.
Huh?
Singular.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we used to have those big fucking Nextel. Did you ever remember?
I remember
those
Nextel.
Big yellow fucking construction. They were walkie-talkies, basically. And, man, that thing used to on the side of your hip, and you'd run into something. And it had a buckle on there that it was ripping your belt loop off before it ripped the phone off.
Jeez.
Yeah. And you could drop them from God knows how tall, and it wouldn't mess them up. Waterproof and all this shit. But you're right.
Nokia must have owned them.
Huh?
I said Nokia must have owned them.
I think it was,
I was joking because Nokia made that indestructible.
Oh, no. But no, I don't know if it was Motorola or not, but they were tough. But anyway, but no, back to this. Dude, it's what's happening in this country, especially for all the younger people out there, this is not normal, man. This is not normal shit what's going on right now. It's sick. We are in a fight between good and evil. I mean, I've said it. I don't know how many times I've said it, but we are in it. We can't lose this one. No. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're right or left. This is a. That's what I'm saying. I don't want it. Politically, I'm a conservative, but I'm an independent. Like I don't. I'm more center right, but I'm independent because the Republicans piss me off just as much as the Democrats. Because they have turned into weak men.
Yeah, they're blackmailed.
And they're blackmailed and bought off.
Yep.
They talk a big game, but they don't do shit. And that's why those guys have got to go too, man. We got to get those guys out of there, man. I mean, that whole place needs to be freshened up there. And youth, let's get some youth in there, man, because...
Well, we usually have to be over 35 for those positions. Or over, I think over 30 on some.
Ocasio-Cortez in 35.
Is she not? So Congress can get in there.
Well, go find out.
It 25 for a congressman, or is it 30?
I don't know, but I'm just saying younger blood than 80 years old.
Yeah.
These fucking people don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. They're like, AI? What's AI? You they run on batteries or what? I mean, Joe Biden? I mean, Donald Trump has got his shit together up here business-wise, but who's running his shit? His kids. His kids are running his shit. He understands big shit, okay? But you think he's running his technical department? That dude doesn't even email. He won't even email. How old do you have to be a congressman or woman?
I think it's 30.
Well, we're supposed to have good internet here. How old do you... Special sessions may be called for the government and can last up to 30 days. A member of the House must be a citizen of the United States, must qualify elector of his state, and must be at least 21 years old.
21?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Why do you have to be 30 to be a senator?
That's what it is. Okay.
In the Federalist, number 2 medicine, just age requirement for senators, but it's a deliberative nature, so it's called extent of information and stability of character that would be needed in the more Democratic House of Representatives. Yeah, that makes sense. but to be a representative, House representative, on and on and on, Congress, blah, 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 blah. 25.
Yeah, okay, 25. I thought it was 25 or 30. So 30 for a senator, 25 for
been a 7-year citizen of the United States who should not. See if so, that gives the reason why Ramaswamy or Obama, because Obama wasn't born here.
Obama Swami.
Yeah,
that's a Ramaswamy.
I like Swami though.
He's Republican Obama.
Yeah, but I like his energy, but I haven't watched enough because these are the vice presidential debates. This ain't the presidential debate.
I don't even think they'll make it that far. I think it'll be like the Treasury of State debate.
yeah. No, I'm not even wasting my time with that shit.
No.
The only good thing is to watch how bad Mike Pence is. Dude.
Who?
Mike Pence.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, but no, it's just scary that how hard they have weaponized our judicial system, man.
Yeah.
It's wrong. Because it's getting into the courts and shit now. I mean, it's so bad. It's so bad that it's like they don't even want you to be involved. The only protection that you have now is that let's just say you're a Republican that gets in trouble. You better fucking hope that you've got a Republican judge.
Yep.
Or you're in a Republican state, because if you're in a liberal state, you're fucked.
Yep. Do you know why they emptied out all the jails during COVID? The COVID hoax?
And
why they're not arresting all the violent people? Because they want to fill the jails with the white collar criminals now. Who are they?
Yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah, all these IRS agents coming out to fucking...
Armed IRS agents.
Yeah.
87,000 armed IRS army.
And that's what I was listening to, too, is they're being sent out. These agents are being sent out, and they're not even. They don't even have to prove it anymore. Dig till you find something. They don't even have to prove it. They don't have to have proof or an investigation to get in your shit. It's
even if you have proof, they won't let you even present it. That's what Alex Jones was going through in his trial for the Sandy Hook stuff that he was getting sued like $1 billion for or some crazy shit. He wouldn't even be able to present his evidence in court. They wouldn't look at it at all. He couldn't even defend himself. He couldn't even hardly talk on it. Like, that's what's going to happen. See the RICO thing they're doing to Trump? All these things that we're trying to charge you with, none of them are illegal. But all of them together is a RICO conspiracy. So now you get charged. So you didn't do anything wrong, but all this together, if we put it together, there it is.
right.
And then they have the congressman come and trying to nail that shit to the wall because it's not sticking. That's why the cases are dropping out. But that's what's coming down the pipeline. Trump is like the spear, and we're after that. You can do your taxes right. You can do everything perfect. They're going to make shit up against you, and all the judges are weaponized.
Yeah, and that's what he says in a lot of his speeches. Look, they're not coming after me. They're coming after you. Yep. And it's true. I don't like this new microphone shit.
Yeah, we'll fix it next session.
Yeah. Well, that'll give a good reason to talk about. I don't like my stand in my. This is going to be animated. Give us a.
You want to check it out?
Yeah.
Rewind it real quick. It's so funny when it does that. All right. Were we talking ears?
Yeah. Check. So that's just going to be on rotate over and over and over with no audio, obviously. But I was trying to get a neon light made for right here. But man, if anybody wants to make any money getting the neon business, the neon sign business, Jesus Christ, dude, I couldn't get a sign made for my life. Like a real one and a good one. It's like, do y'all didn't know? You know anybody that does? No. I'll call you back. Never call you back. I mean, they must have made so much money they don't have to fucking work anymore. God dang it. Yeah. I don't know.
How much did you say that you found that one was?
$6,000.
$6,000. So I'm the only man
for
in
something
town?
for something this size right here was $6,000.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, now you get an animated logo and it looks cooler anyway.
Yeah, it does. That blue shit looks cool.
Yeah. All that blue dandruff.
Yeah.
Just kidding. What is that? Like ice crystals?
Yeah. It's representative because look right underneath here. See all that? That's water.
Right.
That's what that reflection is water. And so it's the electric, and then it busts all the ice off, and that's
what. So okay, so it's frozen water busting the ice. Okay, and then water underneath it.
The electricity busting the ice off the logo.
That's cool.
So yeah, I dig that. But yeah, it's they don't even have to investigate you anymore.
Yep.
It's just if they fit in the box, and start and dig. It's crazy, and it's wrong, man.
Well, it's the anti-Christians versus the Christians. That's primarily what it is. I mean, not primarily. There's so many subcategories.
Good. They're evil. They're evil.
It's good versus evil. You hit the nail. You hit the nail on the head. That sums all of it up.
Yeah,
it's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and I don't know what the exact answer is right now, but we can't give in to this shit.
MAGA's got to get in the office. They gotta infiltrate the office. I don't mean infiltrate in the wrong way either. I mean just like they just need to get elected through. If MAGA gets in, then it's like a whole separate party at that point. it's still Republican.
He has created his own party. It's the Trump party now.
Yeah, technically.
And have you seen, now that they threw him in jail, how awake speaking of being awake, most men out there, the black men in the black community, they are pissed that they threw Trump in. I mean, like, Candace Owens has been exposing this. It's fucking hilarious what's going on TikTok right now. Like, all the black, like, because typically black women are the ones that are they're more boisterous than men, and they're more tuned in than the men,
yep.
Right? But now the black men are like they feel like Trump's one of them now. They're like, man, this is what's been happening in our communities for years. You just assume the charges are, fake charges or whatever. They're like, he's one of us now. Like, what they did to him is what they've been doing to us, and that's yesterday my Uber driver. That's how the conversation on all of our shit got brought up. He was like, he's the one that brought this up. I had a badass Uber driver yesterday, Patrick. Shout out Patrick. Hope you come around. He's supposed to come around, but he's the one that brought the whole thing up. He's like, my community is wide awake now. We've been sleeping on this shit for so long, been told all this stuff our whole lives, and it's just because we weren't paying attention. We were just listening to our grandparents and parents and all that, we've always voted Democrat just because we're black. That's just what they've been told. But now they're seeing all this. That's the reason why I brought this up, is why we have to stay awake, is there's a lot of people awake right now. The skirt's been lifted so high that now there's still all the dumb people out there that just are not tuned into anything. And the younger generation, they don't normally typically turn around to their 25 or, when they start paying taxes, whenever they start giving a shit about right and left, As soon as all that happens, they're like, whoa, what's this? It's like, it's what we've been telling you your whole fucking, it's what we've been telling you your whole life. Like, you'll understand. You'll get it once you start paying taxes. Go out, work hard, and see how much gets taken out of your check. So, but I'm just saying, that's why they hate Trump, is because he's blown the whole thing so wide open. And they keep with him. That's why he keeps saying they're coming for us, not him. Because he's not the Teflon Don, but, dude, what they're doing to him right now in New York, 80% of everything they're trying to charge him on right now is past the statute of limitations. It's not going to stick anyway. It's all theater. They're doing it for theater.
Well, they're also reevaluating the value of all his properties and everything, claiming that he's fraudulent. So they're making up their own monetary value on things. And
not only are they going for him, they're going after his sons too. Like, if any of this stuff sticks, his family's not allowed to do business in New York.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that.
I mean, how can you do that to somebody? That is so deranged and sick. I mean,
that's what happens in communism.
No, I know. No, I know, but I'm just saying, that's the point that we're at right now, how sick this is. Somebody could work their whole life and just, boom, just because of disagreement, you're done. Eliminate him. It's kind of like Andrew Tate. I don't know if you've been following him lately. I'm trying to stay out. I do my research because we're about to really start doing this daily, and I want the level of production and professionalism to be, we want to get that up there. So I'm not wasting a bunch of time on social media anymore like I used to. I'm just looking at the stuff that it's relevant and topical and stuff that's good. But he's even toned his shit down big time. I think he realizes, and I'm sure they gave him Dude, we'll still allow you to be you, but just quit coming after us, man. You know what I mean? He was causing government's problems.
Well, he talks about that. He says that the Matrix.
Yeah.
That he talks about, the system basically.
Mm-hmm.
He says that there's they have 3 steps. First, they just like discredit you and like dismantle you. They take away all your social media accounts.
First they cancel you,
and then
they
imprison you.
Then they imprison you, and then they kill you.
Right. And he's been in prison. So.
Yeah, false charges. They're going to make up false charges on you.
Yeah. So
Epstein, hello. Well, his weren't fake though.
Right.
They were just, yeah. He knew too much shit. Yeah. So, talk about the system and all the shit going on. That is the system. And that's why they don't want Trump either, because Trump paid off both sides, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Clinton was at his wedding.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there's a picture of him and Hillary Clinton sitting in his, remember when he had that helicopter for, what was that TV show he had, The Apprentice?
Oh, yeah.
When he got that helicopter, he was sitting in the, like, where you know, one of the landing gear, whatever those things are called, the rails, but he was just sitting on the rail as you stepped into the helicopter, and Hillary and Bill and a bunch of Democrats were, they were all there to congratulate him on his new helicopter and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they were friends back then because wasn't she a senator for New York?
Secretary of State?
I thought she was a senator of New York, too.
You could be right.
I don't know. I've never followed her. But, yeah, I mean, the whole thing has just been exposed. That's my whole point, is that the skirt's been blown up. Everybody that was sleeping is awake now, and we need to stay awake.
You're right. They have focused on ripping the alpha males out of society, particularly us.
Young. Yeah, younger.
Yeah, I mean, I was born right into it. It happened to me, too.
Well, it's because if you rip out masculinity, there is no stand-up. Like, when everybody wants to do the revolution, there is no masculine men to do that, to go to war.
I mean, revolutions can be easy, too. It simply can just be like, hey, stop. And you just hold still. You don't even have to do anything. So, you think of the word revolution, you think of, like, the American Revolutionary War. You think about explosions, mass casualties. But a simple masculine revolution can simply just be like, putting your foot down, stop.
Well, that's the whole trans movement. It has to be, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody. That's the what was the percentage that they said that was on the whole trans? They're like 1%. Not even 1% of society.
No, it was trans was way less. I think the entire LGBT thing was like 3% of the population. But that was like, and that's just been a continual growth. Even before then, it was like a half a percent. Like it was.
Is that nationwide or worldwide?
It was, I believe, at least nationwide. Worldwide, I'm not sure.
That's why PBD has it.
Yeah, I was just talking in general.
No, I'm just saying, but
now it's like 1 out of 5 almost. Like that's harvesting.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, they're harvesting as many trans people as possible because half of them commit suicide. And since you haven't stopped that train of thought and that harvesting and that brainwashing, when they all start doing it, it's all gonna be your fault because your words are violence.
Right. Well, and it's why they're doing it now, because they're counting on all these baby boomers dying off.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So once the boomers are gone, that you're down to my generation, which is the last. We ain't putting up with this shit. Okay. Yep. Then there's your generation, and then there's the one, like they're down to like 3 generations if they can pump this as hard as they want to pump it. You know what I mean? That's why we have to stand our ground. It's because the boomers are dying off. You know what I mean? That's the glue that's holding us together right now is the boomers and the seniors. You know what I mean?
I think they're fucking shit up more than anybody, honestly. The really old ones.
I'm talking about the moral ones.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about the morality of. Well, going back to the why we need to get these old fuckers out of Washington. It's the same thing about it's my mom and stepdad. You try to get them to use their iPhone, and it's like, dear God, don't even try. Just give them a flip phone and let them be. This is the on-off button. And when my name pops up, that's me. When my sister's name pops up, that's her. You hit green and red. Talk. That's what we got running this country right now.
Look at Dianne Feinstein. She died, last week?
Yep.
Voted the day before in
She
some
died.
bullshit.
Yeah.
The next day, she's dead. Like, dude, they're just using her. It's not even her voting.
No.
Like, are we supposed to believe that she really voted on something yesterday and this morning she croaked? Dude, they just kicked Nancy Pelosi out of office today.
Did they really?
Do you know about that? This is how bad it is. This is how
I didn't know
unaware.
I didn't know they kicked her out. What happened?
They evicted her ass because they have
Really?
so she got
I knew there was problems brewing, but yeah, go ahead, tell me.
Was it January this year? Is when she wasn't the Speaker of the House anymore because McCarthy took over.
Mm-hmm.
But the office of the Speaker of the House still exists. She's been there the entire time, running as McCarthy. So McCarthy has been a puppet for Pelosi the entire time. But since McCarthy just got kicked out, that new guy got put in, the freaking weirdo hitting his hammer on the gavel all the time, he evicted Pelosi. She's been there the whole time.
Oh my God,
That's how the shadow government works.
Nadler? Do they put Nadler in there?
No, he's still in that little midget.
Little
dude.
fat midget.
Looks like the weird version of the penguin on the Batman.
Have you seen his little fat ass waddle?
Oh yeah,
He is a tub of lard, man.
dude. He looks so weird, like on camera, like real serious and authority, and then you see him when he's like,
yeah, he's like a freaking Oompa Loompa, dude.
he's like a worse version of that.
He's like a penguin, yeah.
Yeah, it reminds. Have you seen that? Remember that second Batman with Michael Keaton? Where he had
Yeah.
the penguin. And that's what he reminds me of. But like,
Yeah, I remember. I was like, "Who the hell's that fucking fat fuck?" Jerry Nadler. I was like, "What the hell?"
that guy, we've been taking him serious.
Yeah, get him the fuck off of the camera, man.
That dude represents us.
Okay, so what? They kicked her out.
They've evicted Nancy Pelosi. She has been in the.
She needs to
office.
go. But what?
But that's the thing. We never understood this. So she quit being speaker in January when McCarthy was voted in and
Right.
took over, just like normal, right?
Right.
In January of every 2 years or 4 years. She stayed in office as I'll have to look up the terminology again, but it was basically she's in like the office of the Speaker of the House. She remained in her position, running McCarthy. They evicted her today, kicked her out. Is today Thursday or Wednesday?
It's Thursday.
Sorry, it was yesterday. They evicted her yesterday. She's been there the whole time. She hasn't been back home in California like we thought. That's how the shadow government runs. I think that's why Trump said the office of the President of the United States. They let everybody know, hey, there's something afterwards. That's what's been going on. That's how the shadow government exists. They're still there.
Well, Obama's still there.
He's the president right now.
Yeah, that's who's running the show right now is
Yes.
Obama. Obama and Michael.
Yep. Senor Michael.
Yeah. Hey, Michelle, how about a cup check? I guarantee you she's got a hog underneath that dress.
Everybody's seen it.
Yeah.
That thing's swinging out on the Ellen show. She's walking down those stairs. She's grabbed it. There's like 4 or 5 different examples. You can see it on the internet. It's like, oh, the traps on that woman.
Oh, no?
That's not a woman.
No, Michael.
Dude, that dude's just a gay crackhead from Chicago the entire time.
Yep.
Golly.
Yep. And Barack's little sweet ass running around, little faggy. But yeah, it just, man, everybody's awake now.
It's been the elimination of the masculine mind frame.
Yeah.
That is really what all this is about.
And they're down to 2 generations, or 3. They've got the rest of the boomers to get rid of, That's why I think they're trying to blow up the nuclear family and why nobody's having kids is because there's only if they can fuck this up good enough, you know. That's why they're giving these girls all the, you know, we're boss bitches, we're this, we're that, we're this, we're that. They want them to slow their roll on having kids.
Yep.
You bust that up, you know. That's why this generation right now is so fucked up. But here's the good thing is that the kids below what's happening right now, like my kids, dude, they're not putting up with that shit at all. They're not hearing this shit at all.
I've seen that pattern
with
others online. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So there is hope. I'm telling you, my kid, my son, and both my daughters too. They ain't listening to that shit. You know, it's all bullshit. You know, they saw their cousins, what their the millennials or Gen Z, whatever they are, how fucked up they were. Lazy, just stupid. I mean, just not every millennial, but I'm just saying in general, there's just that gap to where they had the internet shoved down their face so hard. They didn't talk on the phone. You try to get a little millennial to talk to you on the phone, good fucking luck. Text me, DM me.
And then they won't even talk to you if it's not a blue thing on their iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone, then they still don't want to talk to you. Like, it's that bad.
Yeah, but the newer generation coming up now, they're realizing that the new class of millionaires that's about to be built. Yeah, the internet's going to make a lot. The AI is going to make a lot. But the new big money grab is going to be in the skilled trades. That's where the money is going to be made in this next generation. That's what I told my son. I was like, because my son's very mechanically inclined, and I was like, dude, he's about to switch his school and get into automotive mechanics at this other school. And I told him, I was like, look, man, just based off of what I was paying this mobile mechanic to work on, I had a truck that had a headlight that went out, and so I didn't want to take it to a garage and then have him, sit there for a half a day, and it cost me $900 to get a freaking headlight changed. So I called a mobile mechanic. You know how much mobile mechanics make an hour? $150 an hour, and you pay for all the parts. Okay, and this guy was booked for a month solid. 6 days a week. He said I could work 14, 15-hour days if I wanted to. Dude's making $2,000 a day.
Jeez.
Turning wrenches. Simple shit. Because anything that you're getting done with a mobile guy, you're 9 times out, you're not calling him because you're getting something big done. You're getting something small done. That's why you don't want to take it to the shop. You don't want to take it there and then all of a sudden he's just there to replace the part that you want replaced, because you take it to a mechanic shop and all of a sudden it's like, well, we found all these other items. Well, it's here. I know you just wanted your $110 lamp changed, but you're walking out with a $1,200 ticket. Take credit cards. MasterCard, Visa, Discover, American Express. And Diners Club.
Well, if you don't have a credit card, we do.
We can finance. We have this finance company over here. It's like when I was going to go get the stereo system put in my truck. Dude, no wonder all these people are putting all this shit in their cars. They've got this thing called, I think it's called Snap or something. It's some financing that you don't even have to, you just text in your information and they text you back your credit limit of what they'll finance.
Wow. They
texted me back and was like, you can spend up to $9,000 in audio and video equipment for your truck. And I was like, Jesus. Same thing with the tires and all that kind of shit, too. They've all got financings just sitting right there waiting. When I went to go buy my furniture for my new place, same thing. I just got out of a bankruptcy. They were like, you spent up to $5,000 finance it for. I was like, God almighty. No wonder you walk in these people's houses and you're like, how the fuck did you afford this? That's how you afford it. Most man moment. Don't do that shit.
I just saw a funny tweet the other
Yeah,
day.
if it's 0% and they're letting you pay it for 12 months, but I think if you had good enough credit, I think that's kind of how it was. Because you don't want any reason why to say no. They don't want any reason, well, we just can't afford it. Well, it's the whole car sales game, right? Just a little bit extra interest, you know. Can you afford $35 a month more on your payment? Boom, done. Congratulations, you just bought a brand new car. Yeah, no stone unturned. I was shocked. I was like, God almighty.
I saw this funny thing on Twitter the other day.
Because real quick, I'll say
All
this
right,
just because they were doing my ticket, and I was like, Jesus Christ, how do people afford to shop here? And that's when they were like, boom, finance plan. I was like, okay. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, layaway.
Yeah, they do. It was crazy. I'm telling you, dude. Everything that I had to buy, like moving to the new house, fuck you, Best Buy. Fucking assholes. Same thing.
I canceled my appointment with them too.
No, I'll bring that up on the next podcast.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a few beers on the next one, but same thing, man. I just wanted a TV, speakers, little surround sound. They were like, "Well, if you get that," I was like, "I don't want to spend $5,000 today. I want a TV, smart TV, and just a little bit of surround sound. That's it." Same thing. You want a Best Buy credit card? Lowe's, same thing at Lowe's. People buying appliances. I heard the guy over the phone. Most man moment. This poor lady was like, I can't afford $7,000 on a appliance. I'm gonna have to buy one at a time. She was smart thinking, like she was like, I can't afford to spend this kind of money right now, and I don't need that kind of debt. I don't care what y'all's financing is. You know what I mean? Like they were like, you don't even have to have a 610 credit score, and we can get you $12,000 approved. And she was like, I don't want $12,000 worth of credit, and I don't need $7,000 worth of appliances. So I was buying a refrigerator for the office, and the guy wouldn't leave her alone. And I turned to him and I said, "Hey, dude, she's told you 4 times that she does not want to take on that debt. She said she'll buy one at a time." And then as soon as he leaves her alone, he gets on the phone and he starts hammering on the next person. "I got a lady come in here the other day with a 610 credit score. So we got her $12,000. Oh, boy. Let's go appliance shopping, honey." Most man, don't buy that bullshit. Most man moment. Come on, honey, let's go furniture shopping. We really can't afford it. Till they get caught in that fucking trap, and the lady, you're in there laying on the mattress. Have you ever been to a furniture store and seen people laying in the beds, testing the mattress out? Dear God, man. I mean, it doesn't take me 2 hours laying in the bed to pick out my mattress. But God, those women would. Most man moment. Hook, line, and sinker, man. Them dudes walking out of there like, fuck, I just went 10 grand in debt. I came in here to buy a fucking mattress. Now I'm $10,000 in debt.
Must be a hell of a time to be a salesman. I will finance all of it. I just get my commission. Yeah.
They trap you because that's what I told. I said, look, dude, where's y'all's section? This is a rent house. This is not the house that I'm gonna be living in forever. Okay. Where is your, whatever you call your reduced inventory, the shit that people didn't want? He's like, way over there. And I'm like, well, let's go way over there. Because I don't need this. It's me and my son. I don't need this $5,000 sectional sofa with all this space age shit going on, and it's not even comfortable to begin with. Which of the reduced set or the reduced side? Dude, that couch and shit I got in there, that's the most comfortable couch I've ever bought. Yeah. So back on track because we're about to wrap this one up. We got 10 minutes left. Wake up. Wake up and stay awake. Everything that's going on right now is a trap. Everything. And we keep there's a lot of people that keep falling for it, and it's sad. Because that's what the whole reason why I went ape shit on the furniture, the car, toys, all that shit, right? They get you in there and hell, I just made a lot of money. So I can afford to pay cash for it if I wanted to. I'm telling myself the same thing. I'm 45 years old. I don't need a $5,000 radio system. I want a backup camera. I bought an older truck that I'm fixing up. I want a radio, Bluetooth, and a backup camera. And I want it to sound okay. That's all I want. Not walking in here. I mean, they took me in there. Now, once they showed it to me, I was like, man, that would be badass. I mean, it was a fucking screen this big. And he's like, we're not allowed to tell you this. He said, but, you can YouTube, Netflix, all this shit driving down the road. Crazy.
You're doing it on your phone anyway.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that it was a TV monitor. It was half the size of a computer monitor.
Like, does it go in your dash?
Yeah. Have you ever been in a Tesla before?
No.
The Tesla, there is no instrumentations and all that. It's probably twice the size of an iPad. Yeah, it's twice the size of that. And that's the whole, operates the whole car. Dude, man, shout out Patrick again, Uber. Reach out to me, man. I gave you a good tip yesterday. I gave you all my man cards too. The old ones. But I was like, that's the first time I ever rode in a Tesla, but the screen that's on that thing is like this. Like that. There is nothing else going on anywhere. That runs the whole car. It's touch screen and blah 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 blah, and it's kick ass. But the power, I'm not a libtard over here that's pushing all this Green New Deal and all this shit. But dude, those cars haul ass instantly. He got out, took the turn and got on the road and mashed on it, and I felt like I was taking off in an airplane. You know how you get boom, pinned? That's what it did. And I was even trying to, because when I had my Camaro had over 1,000 horsepower, and that's what we used to do. We'd race that thing, and it would pin you back in the seat so hard. You could just try to push your head forward, and it was so hard just to try to push your head forward. There was none. I was pinned to the seat. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy. So, shout out Elon Musk, man. Because that's what he said. He said there's not a car on the highway that I can't take. Not one.
Wow. Unless
they get some real shit done to him. But anything stock coming off the lot, there's nothing that'll touch those things. It's crazy. But anyway, that's the point of the show. Is everybody wake up your friends, wake up your neighbors, wake up your family, and keep everybody awake, because this is insane, the stuff that they're doing to us, and they're not going to stop. It's not going to stop. We have to stop it. And this is not a right or left thing. This is a right or wrong thing. I mean, it's a right or wrong thing.
You got to get it. Not only wake up, you got to get a grip on it.
Yeah.
Like, leverage them, because their game is leverage or be leveraged. So they're going to leverage if you don't leverage them. So just leverage them. The truth's on your side. You're doing everything right. You are the good. They are the bad. Just push back. Leverage. Relentless. You don't have to be evil. You don't have to physically do anything. Like I was saying earlier, a revolution can be as simple as putting your foot down and saying stop. And everybody as a unit, just as a wall. Stop. That's a revolution.
Yeah.
Stop. There's nothing wrong with saying stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yep. And it needs to happen too. It needs to happen. And here's the only thing why I brought up the generational thing is that if we band together, again, this is not a right or left thing. This is a right or wrong thing. If we band together, there's more of us and all them old ass assholes up there. We can get them out. We have a chance to get. They're up there dying off too. I think that's another reason why they're shoving all this down our throat. They know that their time is limited. So we have the advantage. We just got to do it. Again, it's not right or left. It is right or wrong. And we have a very good chance, but we just have to stand our ground, like you say. That's rule number one of most men. When you put your foot down, it hits the ground. It means you stand for something. You stand for what's right. That's the point. So, yeah, scary stuff. So let's keep our head on a swivel and keep everybody else's head on the swivel, and let's stay awake. Y'all have a good one. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia, Rumble. Come over to Rumble with us. They're not censoring anybody over there. We are at themostmen.com. That's the website. Jointhemensclub.com. Info at themostmen.com. And y'all have a good one. Please give us some comments down there, boys and girls. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.